In our last episode, we heard some terrible singing. How about those backup vocals? And we were just getting ready to put an image on this page. So we created this little site, here, the best trios, and then had a little paragraph explaining what this site's going to be about. I'm just going to drop a little picture in the middle of this. And so I'd gone out, I downloaded this picture of Wolf Mother. And so I'll copy that in to that folder. So I'm not dragging it because I don't want to make Mac users jealous. So there's not actually in my www root folder where we typically keep this type of thing. There's no image folder, so I'm going to create one. So I'm going to go in, add a new folder, image, and then in that folder I'll drop in this file that I just downloaded, this Wolf Mother file. And then I can take and drag that in, or I can go the old-fashioned way and say the source of this image is equal to image and then wolfmother.jpg. All right, so I copy that in. Let's just run it to see how it's looking so far. All right, so we've got this little page. It's starting out, but I want this image, I want this whole thing to be shifted over so it's just on the first maybe quarter, well, maybe third of the page, right? And we'll see how that looks in relation to what we're going to put with the rest of the information. Maybe I'll do... Actually, I'm thinking I'll do the... Let's just see how it looks. So I'll come in here and say, I want this actually to be in the first three, well, so the first third, so that would be 4 columns, right, out of 12. So that'd be the first third. Let's see how that looks. Well, it's going to look great because there's no... Why does it have that? I accidentally dragged something in. I don't know what that is. There are no other columns, so it's really we got to get another column in there for this to work the way I want it to. So let's do that. Let's come in and create a second column. So div class. Now if the other one was 4, we can just let it figure out what this is going to be, or we can specify that this one is going to be 8, and that will lead us to our 12. So we've got another column now, and this is where I'm going to go in and start listing out the bands. So each of these, just to be simple, I'll do this in an unordered list. And then in that list, I'll create distant list items. But just to make them, look good, I'm going to put a couple of different elements in there. So, by the way, looking good is relatively speaking. I'm not an expert in making anything look good. So this will be looking good for Spencer. Let's put that little caveat on there. So one of my all-time favorite trios, now they're not a rock band like some of these other ones are, but one of my all-time favorites, the Beastie Boys. So Beastie Boys, a trio, absolutely awesome. And then with these, I'll just put a little note. So maybe after that, I'll add a paragraph that says, a little something about this particular band. So these, hip-hop legends, I'll say. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to come through and just start creating these. Another one I've talked about in class, I think. But ZZ Top, just great music. And what do we want to say about ZZ Top? Something like those beards. Okay. List item. And you don't have to. You can do your own favorite 3-person bands. There aren't that many to choose from, so we might overlap a little bit, but ones that have been really successful. Cream, another one, right? Little something about this. Eric Clapton, Jack, and Ginger. Okay. Another list item. So I'm going to do the top 10, my top 10 favorite bands, and all of this has a purpose, by the way. I'm trying to get this to extend down below what the stuff on the left is going to be. And so maybe here we do, another one, like I said, Wolf Mother. Great band. Will make your ears bleed. I don't know why that's ever been a positive thing to say about a band, but it's said often. Let's do, Rush. Now, I'm a late comer to Rush. I know people have loved them for a long time. I've just started to appreciate the guy's voice. What's his name? Getty. anyway, it kind of grates on my ears a little bit, but you got to admit that the amount of music that comes out from those three is amazing. And then the guy's playing the bass and the keyboard at the same time. How do you do that? Anyway, okay, seriously. 3 dudes making that sound. You know, just a little something. This is my fan, my tribute site. I want to make a little comment about each band. Eventually we could link to these bands and have a little page about each of them. Another one that I think is kind of cheating, but the Jimi Hendrix Experience was a 3-person band, and if you go listen to the music that Jimi Hendrix made, really impressive. And so I can say something here, you know, Hendrix. Need I say more? Something like that. Okay. All right, a few more. So another one. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is like my high school kind of stuff, but Primus. You don't even know who this... Probably many of these people are, and probably you're like, who is this? This is all old stuff. Hey, this is what I have, okay? So, you know, all you need to know there is Les Claypool. So we'll just put Les. H4. And then last, we'll do this. We'll do 9. Is that 9? Did I miss someone? Oh yeah, I've got 2 more. So another one is the Stray Cats. I'm telling you, Brian Setzer, his guitar playing, unreal. So, you know, what do I want to say about Stray Cats? It's gonna rock this town. All right, one more. And this is one I was just trying to think of as I was going through lists of 3-person bands. I was like, oh yeah, that is a cool band. Los Lonely Boys. And I'll just say for this, because they're 3 brothers that play together in the little band. That's pretty cool, right? I'll say Tres Hermanos. Okay, so we've got this information. We've got it separated out. We've now got this list. So we've got in our row, we've got 2 columns. We've got this column that's kind of the you know, page description, and then to the right of that we're going to have this list, and we'll see how this looks. All right, so go ahead and run this. Okay, so this isn't working quite like I had hoped. The image is the culprit. When you do an image, it does not have the ability, like the other parts of the website, to stretch and shrink, at least the way we've got it listed out. There may be a way to do it, but I actually wanted to show this because it's going to extend out into the other column. We've got this separated out, and it's got these big margins on the side, but we've got this separated out into the third, and then the 2/3 are coming in this section. And you can see that it will, you know, as we bring it in, it will, you know, extend down and try to make that look nice. But we need to do something with our image. So I'm just going to take the image and say, make the width, you know what, 200. Let's try 200. Whoops. Width equals 200. Let's see how that looks. So I'll go back. See if we can just apply those code changes. No. Okay, so run this. Okay, so there we go. So now I'm getting more of the look that I wanted, to have this in a column and have this kind of listed out. I probably need to make some of these lines a little bit longer. So maybe I'll go grab some of those and do that. But the picture's a little bit small. Let me make it, you know, to kind of fit what I'm thinking. Let's make it maybe 400 and see how that looks. I mean, I don't want it to extend out into the rest of the other text, and it's kind of doing that there at 400. So let's go 350, which I think is going to be about where I want to be with this look. All right, cool. So that's giving me the information. Now in this case, I really could, I mean, I got a lot of wasted space over here, right? And if I was going to have more information out here to the right, then I could do something about that. Anyway, I'll end the video. Spencer out.